Hey everybody, it's Paul here. I got another radio to talk about. It's the Kenwood KDC-162U. It's the next in line, or second in line on the Kenwood line of radios. It's priced about $89 to $99.95. It has a 1-year warranty. It's a radio CD player. It's got a USB and aux input, Android and iPhone controls and stuff. And anyway, let's get this box open. We'll see what's inside, and then we'll do some other different things. Lid open here. Comes with the remote. Comes with the wiring harness. It better come with one, because if not, then you can't really do anything with the radio. That's it. And pretty much else is these two CD keys. That's what helps take the radio out. That's the only thing that was in the top lid. I'm just gonna leave those in there. Looks like I can grab a hold of these. Let's see, we got the instruction manual and the warranty card. I don't see anything else. We go ahead and pull this out. There's nothing else in the box. I got some styrofoam, a little baggie, and it's got a cover for the face to keep the face from being scratched while it's inside the box. Anyway, there's the radio. Let's get it mounted up. We'll see what's going on back here, and we'll turn it on and see what's on the inside. Alright, here's the back of the radio. It's not too much going on because it is one of the entry-level radios, so there's not too many features in it. But as usual, we'll start from this side and work our way to the right-hand side. This is the antenna plug-in. Your vehicle may require an antenna adapter, so that's for your new car. That way you catch some FM reception. These is the rear / subwoofer switchable pre-outs. You can switch them between rear pre-outs or subwoofer pre-outs, and when you switch to subwoofer pre-outs, you get subwoofer controls inside the radio. So you can plug a high amp or a bass amp, whichever one you want. Over here we got the power plug in with a 10-amp fuse. And that's pretty much what the back of the radio. First thing it says is to cancel demo mode, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to turn it on tuner just to kind of get it there. Before we go any further, it has a flat black trim ring. The buttons and the face and kind of the corners are kind of glossy black, but the actual ends of the corners is like a flat black. Got the logo here. The eject button right here is your CD player. Over here is the USB and aux input. And from what I understand, this is the first for Kenwood radio that accepts both Android and iPhone. So when you plug it in, it'll charge your phones up with a 1-amp charge, as well as playing music through the phone. Down here we got our 1 through 6 presets. So let's say if you want to save this station here on preset number 4, or you just press and hold the button, and it stores it on preset number 4. Over here is your display button. You press it, and it'll cycle between clock and frequency. So let's say you have a clock, and you make a change or something. After a few seconds, it'll go back to the clock area. Here's your channel changing buttons. And over here is the band, which is FM1, FM2, FM3, AM, and back to FM1. So that means you can have 18 preset FM stations and 6 AM preset stations. Down here we got Auto 2, Manual, and Auto 1. Auto 1, it tries to find the nearest strongest station to listen to. Auto 2 goes to your presets. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you press again the manual, and it goes to each station one at a time. Over here we got source, which cycles through all your sources like USB and tuner and aux and stuff like that. And if you have a CD player in here, it'll show CD as well. This button right here says iPod. If you have your iPhone or iPod plugged into it, normally by default the radio takes over, so it's working the controls. If you press and hold this button for a few seconds, it'll switch over to handheld control mode. That way you can control your songs through the iPod. Down here is a search and escape backup menu. You can search for songs on certain sources And if you're in some menus, you can use this little button here to back out of them. And of course, we got the volume knob as well. And that's pretty much everything for buttons over there. We also have, where it says Kenwood MP3 W-made WAV files. Has the model number. It does Pandora and iHeartRadio. Alright, let's get into the menus. By doing that, you press the volume button straight in. And we have audio control, display, clock, demo mode, and back to audio control. Well, since we're here, we're going to go into audio control. We get bass, mid, and treble, EQ Pro, preset EQ, bass boost, loudness, fader and balance, and volume offset, sound reconstruction, and back to bass level. Of course, bass level we got +8, -8. For mids, same thing, +8, -8. Treble, as usual, +8, -8. EQ Pro. This is if you really want to adjust the frequency and hertz and stuff on the mids, bass, and trebles, and really kind of tune it in just a little better. You can go into here. So I'm going to back out. Next one down is preset EQ. We'll go in here. We got user, which is your bass, mid, and treble changing functions, and you also got drive EQ, top 40, powerful, rock, pops, easy jazz, back to user again. After preset EQ, we got bass boost. We got off up to 1 to 3. Usually harder hit to your bass. Loudness is make sure you got 2 levels of it, and make sure you hold all your music a little bit louder. Kind of brings out a little more sound. Fader and balance, we all know what that is. Volume offset is like an internal volume, which is already up all the way, but you can turn it down for certain sources, I'm sure. And sound reconstruction, you turn it on or off. And we're back to audio control. Alright, so now we go to display. You got dimmer. This is if you can see how it's kind of dimming it. If the display is a little bit too bright, you can turn it on to kind of dim it down a little bit. We go to brightness. You can actually adjust the dimmer to an exact brightness that you like. Text scroll. You got once, auto, or off. And what it is your song title may be longer than the screen, so it'll scroll across the screen. You can just do it once and stop, or continue doing it, or you just won't do it at all. Back out of that. Then back to dimmer again. So that's all for that menu. Clock. This just tells you how to adjust the clock and the format for your screen. Demo mode, we already showed you that when I first turned the radio on. And where am I at? Oh, clock, demo mode, audio control. Yep. Well, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it for all the menu settings. And I can't find anything else really to tell you about. So, anyway. Alright, that was the Kenwood KDC-162U. Like I said, it runs between 89 and 99. It has a 1-year warranty. This radio gives you USB control for both Android and iPhone. So, and CD player you can also put. So if you're just looking for the basic radio, you're not looking for anything spectacular, but you have both an Android or iPhone in your family, then you might want to go with this radio right here. And that way you don't have to worry about one working and then not the other. Anyway, hit the like button down there, maybe subscribe, maybe leave a comment for me. This is Paul. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have an awesome day, and please subscribe.